everyone, welcome back to the channel. I would consider this the first video of the year. I know the other video I released in early January, I guess January 2nd or so, that was kind of more the Christmas related. So I kind of consider this the first Beatles update of the year. And so I'll show what I got here. I got a stack over here of some CDs and some records below me. And throughout this, I'll be showing some items, and I'll kind of be going over what I've kind of been collecting over 2025, and then kind of what I kind of want to do, and some goals for 2026 as well in terms of collecting some Beatles records, CDs, 45s, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to start off with this kind of big CD pile I picked up here. I was visiting a friend out of state, and they always had a pretty good record store by them. They had a couple good record stores. Unfortunately, one of them got closed, so that was disappointing. But I got to go to the usual one that I normally go to, and it seemed like they had a big kind of solo Beatles collection kind of come through, and especially on the CD side, and which is good for me because again, one of the things I would say for 2025, it was kind of the year of the CD for me. I've been collecting a good bit of them, not because I'm switching to CDs, is because I'm now, for at least the solo material, got most of the stuff on vinyl, and now the albums or releases that weren't on vinyl, aka just on CD, is kind of what I'm looking for. So I got a big stack of Ringo uh, CDs and albums from the 90s and 2000s, and I've also been looking for some CDs that have the bonus tracks for the standard album as well. So we're gonna get right into it, and we're gonna start off with Buku's a Blues, and I believe this one came out in 1995, 96 ish time frame, and yeah, 1995. And there is the back, and here is the Apple label on the CD. Comes with a little booklet here, and you guessed it, the reason why I got this one is because it has the two bonus tracks of Coochie Coochie and Nashville Jam on it as well. So happy to pick that one up. Just has some lyrics from the songs on here, and kind of the pictures of the gatefold, I believe, and kind of some liner notes as well. So this is probably the biggest Ringo CD haul I've probably ever gotten, and probably will ever get, since I got a lot of stuff here. But in no particular order, I'll try to make it somewhat in order, I guess. But this is Stop and Smell the Roses, and this one has a lot of bonus tracks, and I believe this is the same of what came out for Record Store Day on the double album with kind of like the white and red swirly colored vinyl. But as you can see, there's a lot of bonus tracks to this one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ish, and I think kind of like a spoken kind of handgun promo, kind of John Lennon related there. So there is the CD, and here's the booklet. This is used for another album, which we'll see shortly. But there's kind of some liner notes, some pictures, all that kind of stuff. So this one, pretty cool to have. This one been a really good one to have before the Record Store Day release came, and actually still holds some pretty decent value for a CD looking on Discogs. And then I was just talking about that picture. Let's see if I can find that one real quick. Of course, it's all the way at the bottom of the stack, but that's okay. And that would be the Best of Ringo Volume 2, Starstruck. And I thought this one was kind of weird because as a Best of CD, it has some bonus tracks on it. So compared to the LP, this also has a couple extra tracks. So that was interesting. There is the CD and the booklet as well. I think it just kind of folds out here. Yeah, so it kind of opens up here and folds out again. There you go. Yeah, I think this came out, 1989, I believe. Let's take a quick peek. Let's see. Yeah, roughly down there. And again, no particular order, just whatever's on the stack next. And I've been looking for this one for a while, and I just found the standard version of it, and it just came out on vinyl, and that would be the Ringo-Rama Deluxe Edition. And this is kind of like a 3 CD slash, I think, DVD set. So it folds out here, folds out again. So there's the 2 CD, and then it folds out third time, and there's the DVD. And that right there houses the booklet as well. And again, this one kind of seems to hold some value on Discogs, averaging around $30. So I picked all these up for a pretty good price since I got a lot of them and kind of bundled them all together. So I was really happy to find this kind of out in the wild and not having to pay for shipping or anything like that. So now I just need to get the LP. I still haven't gotten that yet. Just kind of waiting around for it to maybe drop down in price or so. And we're still not done with the CD pile. I'll try to pick up the pace a little bit. But we got another 3 CD set, and that is the anthology so far. And this one came out in 2001. So this is just Ringo and his all-star band, kind of just some best of, and I think also some unreleased material as well. And there is CD1 with the booklet. There goes CD1. There's the booklet, there's the back. And just kind of talks about all the tours and all the band members throughout the years up to that time. And then the other side just houses CDs 2 and 3. Alright, next Ringo one, we got the 5.1 Surround Sound Collection. And I believe this one came out in 2008. Yep, 2008. And this is a CD and DVD kind of combo. And this is just kind of, I think, hand-picked songs from Ringo and the All-Star Band from what kind of like another best of, or Ringo's favorites or something like that. So there is the CD, and then it flips open like so, and there is the DVD. All right, and then the next one we got here, Ringo and his new All-Star Band here, and this one came out in 2002. And those are all the members of his band at the time. I don't have a lot of Ringo and his all-star band to listen to in the car now, but that's okay. There is the CD. And again, pretty much all these have not been released on vinyl, except for the Ringo-Rama and then the 2 actual discography albums, the Blue Coos Blue and the Starstruck. And then now we're going a little bit back from Ringo's All-Star Band, and this one from 1997. This is Ringo Starr and his third All-Star Band, Volume 1. I don't think there's a Volume 2, but this is like a Blockbuster exclusive, so that's always kind of fun to see, as my family was a big Blockbuster kind of family. Me and my brother would go when we were little and kind of just pick out some movies and some video games as well. So that's always kind of a fun thing to see. Alrighty. And the last Ringo and his All-Star Band is a 2003 edition of his All-Star Band. And I believe actually this came out in 2004, after the tour. So there is the track list and the members, and the CD. So I wonder how many of these will actually come out on vinyl over the next few years or so, because I know they've actually been doing pretty good with all that kind of stuff. And then the last 2 Ringo CDs are some more modern ones. We got Ringo, Why Not? Now this doesn't have any bonus tracks, and it did come out on vinyl, so I think this one was just kind of cheap enough. I kind of bought. So there you go. And then this one from 2017 is Give More Love, but it does have bonus tracks of You Can't Fight Lightning and Photograph as the last 2 tracks there. So CD still holding up some bonus track, even up to some more modern times, even though 2017 is kind of getting close to 10 years now, so that's kind of crazy. And then I did pick up 2 more CDs after all that Ringo, Rama or Mania, and I found this John Lennon special enhanced CD EP, and I believe this came out in 1999. There's also a 45 that came out with it, which I do have, and this has Imagine, Happy Christmas, War is Over, Give Peace a Chance, and then the Imagine video as well. So kind of coming more out with the Lennon Legend album as well. Kind of a clean looking CD there. And then lastly, last CD, happy to find this one. I finally found the Liverpool Sound Collage, Paul McCartney's experimental avant-garde kind of album. I don't know why I just wasn't able to find this. It was just kind of one that I think I would be able to find, but have it, and that's what it was. And interesting listen. I did listen to it in the car. It was the first CD I played. I have that whole entire stack. Definitely more listenable, I would say, for other solo avant-garde stuff. Especially like Free Now was kind of like a song kind of played throughout. So it's interesting. It's definitely not going to be in the immediate rotation, but it was kind of okay. And there's actually a 45 of the song Free Now on vinyl. So I wonder if they'll ever put this on vinyl. I doubt it, but the only way to get a song on vinyl would be that 45. And then speaking of 45s, I found a few at the record store. And all solo stuff. We're starting off with John Lennon, and we got Imagine again, and It's So Hard on the Rainbow Capital label. And then again, kind of another goal for 2026. I've just been trying to maybe get some more reissues of solo stuff. Again, it's kind of getting a little bit thin for the solo things I can find, so I'll probably start collecting some reissue stuff with Purple Capital label, all that, Rainbow label, and all that kind of stuff, because pretty much the majority of things that I need on vinyl for solo Beatles related will be kind of the more expensive ones. So I'll kind of just let those happen when they happen. And then we got some more Ringo 45s, believe it or not. We got Back Off Boogaloo and Blind Man on the Purple Capital label. And then we got You're 16 and Devil Woman on the Rainbow Capital label from 1983, Purple label 1978. And of course, I'll still be collecting Beatles stuff as always. It's just I'm not too close on really completing anything, I would say. And so those would just be like if I'm out at a record show, record store, and I find a Rubber Soul on a different reissue label and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be still finding those, but not actively seeking them out. That would be kind of just things that will happen naturally in the wild, I would say. And actually, for solo 45s, I might actually try to complete the standard reissue and then the standard pressing, and then get all the other reissues, because I'm close on a few 45s. So I think the goal is for me 2026 to actually kind of complete some of those, because it shouldn't be relatively too hard. Okay, now we got 2 albums here, or 2 12 inches, I guess you can say. And this one, another for 2025. Another thing I've been doing a lot has been upgrading some solo and Beatle albums with either being shrink or have the hype sticker. So this one is Live in New York City. John Lennon, came out in '86, and it came with the nice hype sticker there. It says live featuring Imagine, Come Together, Instant Karma, and Give Peace a Chance. So still in the shrink wrap. I'll try to give a better look there. And this piece was on top of it, but fortunately got it off at no problem. So there's the back. And there's a nice little inner sleeve here for it. And it's in really nice shape as well. Now the other one, so I did have this one already as a to upgrade eventually, again for the hype sticker and all that kind of stuff. And the one that I had some newspaper clippings from kind of my local newspaper region, talking about John Lennon's death. So I did keep those, and I'm just going to put them into this new record I got, just kind of in the outer sleeve. So always kind of cool to find some things in your records. So always take a look if you buy anything. There might be something cool inside. Let me know if you found anything really cool in your albums. I'm kind of interested to hear that. So if you found anything really cool, let me know in the comments. That's always kind of fun. And then the last item of this update is a Paul McCartney 12-inch EP single type thing, and this actually is more modern, from 2014. And it was from for a video game, I believe, Destiny. I haven't played it, but this is Hope for the Future, and there's like 5 different versions or mixes of the song on this release here. And this actually came out in the Paul McCartney singles box set, so this will kind of count of knocking that single off the board. And again, another kind of goal would just be trying to continue to recreate that box set with as much physical media as I can. So there's the inner sleeve for the album, and then the record label looks like this. And the different mixes, you got the main version, you got the thrash version, and then you got I'm not too sure how to say his name, mix, and then you got the Beat Session mix, and then the Jaded mix. So yeah, so 5 different versions of Hope for the Future there. Not a big video game myself, but I was talking to my friends that I got this, and they were kind of at least interested or curious about it, to be honest with you. So that was kind of interesting. And if anything else comes up, Beatles update wise, that also kind of has some plans for my 2026 goals. I will mention that probably in the next upcoming Beatles updates. And if you want to see anything in particular from me, please leave in the comments. I'm always trying to think of some other video ideas out, so I'm not just showing Beatles updates all the time, even though that is pretty much what I like to do here. But having a little variety is not bad as well. So if you want to see something from me, from collection or anything in my room or box sets or whatever, please let me know. And that'll do it for this update. I got a lot of Ringo CDs to listen to in my car now, so at least I have something for the long drives ahead. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.